There's a sense of like neighborliness here, like established, like there's us, there's Kuba Kuba, there's Joe's Inn, there's Bamboo, like there's just places and spaces, like we got our park, there's Scuffletown Park. I don't know, it's a sense of environment and place that you just don't get anywhere else.
We're here in the Fan with John from Garnett's. And John, for the people who don't know, who are you and what is Garnett's?
So, I'm John Murden, I'm the manager of Garnett's Cafe. We're a neighborhood sandwich shop at Park and Meadow in the Fan. My wife Kendra opened Garnett's back in 2009. It's named after her grandmother, Kiki Garnett, who lived to be 103.
Okay, wow. Okay, very impressive.
Yeah, I don't know, just a little neighborhood spot. We do lunch and dinner every day.
You got a sweet little spot here on the corner. You got the park right there.
Yeah,
it's a sweet deal.
Park across the street.
Where did the idea for Garnett's begin, and what inspired its unique vibe?
Oh my gosh. So, my wife actually opened the restaurant before we met. So, it's a secondhand story, right? She had opened her first restaurant, Ipanema, down on Gray Street back in '98. And so, Garnett's came 11 years later, after she'd been doing it for about a decade.
Yeah.
And she was inspired by, it's a mix of like French cafe and Southern like lunch counter spaces.
Yeah.
And so, if you look around, our sandwiches, we have a croque, we have French sandwiches, we have Southern food, ish. And also like the idea of just being the spot, like you see we have the chairs outside. She could picture like, old men sitting out there playing checkers.
Yeah.
Or at the bar, you have the idea of a dad coming in with their daughter and having a grilled cheese sandwich. So just having a space that's here for, kind of everybody every day, just the cross section. Which I think it has worked out pretty well.
What makes the Fan so special?
It's such a neighborhood. It's a space. It's Richmond's probably best, greatest walkable space. Like people walk, they ride their bikes. There's a sense of like neighborliness here, like established. Like there's us, there's Kuba Kuba, there's Joe's Inn, there's Bamboo. Like there's places and spaces, like we got our park, there's Scuffletown Park. I don't know, it's a sense of environment and place that you just don't get anywhere else.
You really don't.
I ride my bike to work, I park out front, and it's just coming here every day just feels good. It's not like going down, I don't want to start slagging other spots, but it's like you don't have to drive.
Yeah.
You see your neighbors with their dogs. We have a cat that lives next door that hangs out. It's just, I don't know. The Fan is a community.
Well, yeah. Richmond overall feels like a tight-knit community, but the Fan in particular seems like its own entity.
Yeah.
And that's awesome.
Yeah, you get it in Churchill.
Yeah.
You get out in Forest Hill. There's everything has a spot, but there's just the density of the Fan really works in a different way.
And it just has a different look and vibe to it. It's special. You guys have a lot of sandwiches, a lot of great sandwiches. What's a sandwich on the menu that tells a story either about you, the community, or the cafe itself?
So, when we first opened up, our sandwiches were described as what they were. It's like, roast beef and cheese, whatever. It is what it was.
Yeah.
And then some years in, we're like, the idea of naming things.
Yeah.
I'm always a big fan of, like, there's desserts and things that have names. There's a hummingbird cake, We started naming the sandwiches. It's a real fun process of figuring out who or what they can be. And a lot of them are named after, like the restaurant was named after her grandmother. All the sandwiches are named after folks in her family. The Aviator is named after her great uncle. I think it was a pilot in the years after World War II, or World War II and after, and participated in the Berlin airdrop.
Okay.
Point guard, VCU's 2011 Final Four run, named after Joey Rodriguez, but we got in trouble because you're not supposed to name things after college players. We didn't get them in trouble, and so we just changed it to the Point Guard, and it's been one of our most popular sandwiches ever since.
Yeah.
So we're huge basketball fans. We had season tickets, that season. We got to watch it happen. So it's just a bit of a memory, attached to it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Who are some of the local makers, farmers, and businesses that you love collaborating with?
Oh boy. We're real tickled that we do get to collaborate with so many local folks. Our coffee comes from Rostow's. Our delivery service is Quickness, which is local, bicycle-based. The environmental impact is nothing. The money stays in the community. They take a fair cut. Everybody gets paid fair. That's our favorite. It's stellar. Our supplies. We don't do too much local farmers and stuff.
Yeah.
If we did that, we couldn't meet the prices that we do, to be honest. But we have Hike, the club soda, the soda water drink. My favorite. Yeah, that stuff's great.
I don't think I've had it.
It's we've got one that's hops flavored.
Oh,
And so it's like you don't want to drink a beer, it's refreshing.
Yeah.
I'll be back there cooking. They're great.
One back.
Yeah. We have Ninja Kombucha.
Okay.
Here we partnered with them during the one of the vegan 72 weeks, probably last time around, I think, and just kept it on the menu.
Yeah.
So our desserts come from WPA Bakery over on Sam's.
Hell yeah.
So that's all money that we put out to people, and it stays in Richmond.
Yeah.
We're not, and that's just key. The jobs, the places, the people that make it Richmond so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
We work at these places, right?
Yeah. Have there been any particular customer moments that reaffirm why you're doing this?
Customer moments, man. Honestly, I hear stories. If I'm working the floor, something's gone wrong. Somebody else isn't here, or whatever. We have our staff. A lot of them have been here a long time. A couple of them have been here pre-COVID. They know the regulars more than I do. They know the staff more than I do. We've had some customers become employees, which is always nice.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I guess that means they like us.
Mm-hmm.
I know that we have our people.
Yeah.
I'm not fortunate enough to actually know them like that necessarily.
Yeah, but you know it, you feel it.
Yeah.
How has Richmond shaped the cafe, and how do you think the cafe has shaped Richmond?
Well, the first part, we couldn't exist anywhere else.
Yeah.
We could. This corner is our corner.
Yeah.
We might be able to slip somewhere else, in the city, but I think we are of this particular spot.
Yeah.
Which is just of Richmond. But it's a lot of likes and ums in that one. There's our staff.
Yeah.
Our people are our people. Our customers are our people.
Mm-hmm.
The scale of what we do is our thing. I moved downtown from the county basically to hang out on Gray Street back in the day.
Yeah.
And it's been bumping around Richmond since then.
Yeah.
And feels like all the parts that I love of the
Mm-hmm.
city. Small and personal and its own place.
Yeah.
It's not a concept. It's just a restaurant that we're trying to do this thing.
Mm-hmm.
One of my wait staffs jokingly says that our core audiences are the blue hairs and the blue hairs. Like some old ladies and their daughters with the hair, and it's great. It feels like that's Richmond too.
Yes.
We're lucky to sit on our little crossroads of it.
Mm-hmm.
How have we shaped Richmond? Who knows? Good, I hope.
I think so.
We've provided jobs for people, which is key, and culture for people. We have musicians and artists that work here.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of first dates come through here.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And during COVID, we had people come back and take their engagement photos. People come back. We had our first date here, and they want to get their pictures here, which is really endearing.
That's awesome.
That people have we're a space for those minutes, which is really cool.
That's really cool. Aside from Garnett's, where are some of your favorite places to grab a bite or spend an afternoon?
Goodness. Our favorite spot, easy spot, is Cuba Cuba.
Yeah.
It's like it is right down the road. It's our neighborhood, and we've been going there forever.
Yeah.
When my wife opened her first restaurant, she was a 28-year-old girl opening the vegetarian restaurant. She didn't have felt like she had a lot of credibility. But Manny, Cuba Cuba, and Johnny Javis were two established restaurateurs that helped her out, gave her advice, and treated her, as equals. Yeah. And so, just to say that they'll always be on a pedestal for us.
Of course.
But no, we have an 11-year-old boy, so going to Cuba Cuba is just easy.
Yeah.
We're gonna hang out, man. My commute puts me across the river back and forth.
Yeah.
My favorite spot is to ride my bike down the gravel by Reedy Creek, and up through the island and through Oregon Hill.
What does the future of Garnett's look like?
I hope it looks just like this.
Yeah.
For years and years and years.
Yeah.
We're getting to be where we can see retirement out there on the horizon.
Yeah.
And we're like, it'd be neat one day to put it in someone else's hands.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to create something that endures.
Yeah.
But really, we're humming along. It is what it is. We have an identity. We've been here enough years to know who we are and what we're good at.
Yeah.
We just want to keep on rolling.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, thank you so much for giving me some time.
Yeah, man.
I
It's good to meet
appreciate
you.
it. Thank you so much. It was great to meet you.
Looking forward to seeing what you do here.